Hey everyone. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something really special. We're going to look at how a thoughtful and completely free AI tool was built to help people get their GED. It's a great story about tech, yeah, but it's really about building a better path to a second chance. This right here, this is the thought that stops so many people dead in their tracks. It's that exact feeling that hundreds of thousands of adults have every single year when they decide they want to go for their GED. It's like looking at this giant mountain in front of you and having absolutely no clue where to even take the first step. And honestly, who can blame them? That feeling of being totally overwhelmed makes perfect sense. For years, traditional GED prep has been super expensive, kind of rigid, and it's had this one-size-fits-all approach that, let's be real, just doesn't work for everybody. It can feel really impersonal and just discouraging before you've even begun.
And this is where the folks at a nonprofit called the AI Bridge Foundation had a big aha moment. They realized the problem wasn't the students' ability or their potential. No way. The real issue was the system they were stuck with, a system that just didn't have clear structure, personal guidance, or any real support.
Okay, so you've identified this huge problem. How do you even start to tackle it? Well, the foundation didn't just throw some fancy tech at it and call it a day. Their entire approach is actually built on solid, scientific research about how we as humans learn best. Check this out. This comes from a landmark Harvard study, and the results are, well, they're kind of mind-blowing. It found that students who used a well-designed AI tutor learned more than twice as much as students in a regular classroom with great teachers. I mean, that is a staggering difference. And look, it wasn't just about what the numbers said on a test, it was about how the students felt. A whopping 83% of them said the AI's explanations were just as good or even better than a human teacher's. This was huge. It proved that AI, when it's built the right way, can be an incredibly powerful tool for education. So when you put them side by side, it's really a night and day difference, isn't it? On one hand, you have the old way, pricey and inflexible. And on the other, you have the model they built. Totally free, tailored to you, and designed with a guided structure that just completely gets rid of that I don't know where to start feeling. All right, so how did this thing actually get built? It wasn't just a matter of flicking a switch on some AI, I can tell you that. It was a really careful, thoughtful process that involved a ton of iteration and a deep, deep focus on the person who would be using it. They had a really deliberate, step-by-step game plan. It all started with truly understanding what learners need. Then, and this is so important, they brought in former GED teachers to help map everything out. Then came the tech part, engineering the AI's guidance. And finally, the most crucial part, test, get feedback, refine it, and do it all over again until it was right. Okay, now we're getting to the really cool part, the secret sauce, the thing that makes this AI not just a chatbot, but a real teacher. It's a concept called prompt engineering. So what is prompt engineering? Well, put simply, it's the art of giving the AI super specific instructions. Think of it like this. It's the difference between telling a chef make food versus giving them a detailed step-by-step recipe. You're basically handing the AI a complete lesson plan. What this means for you, the student, is that you don't have to be an expert on how to learn. The system is already built with an invisible teacher inside it. It automatically provides that structured path, taking the entire burden of figuring out what to study next right off your shoulders. And all of that careful planning, all that intentional design, it leads to some really smart features. Every single one was built to solve a real problem that students face. Let's take a look at a couple of them. First up, pinned sessions. You know how most AI chats are kind of forgetful? You close the tab and poof, everything's gone. Well, they've fixed that. Here, every topic you study has its own dedicated session that saves your progress. So your tutor always remembers you, where you left off, and what you've already mastered. It's one long, continuous conversation. Next, let's talk about tracking your progress. Forget about confusing percentages that don't really tell you much. They use this simple, super intuitive traffic light system. It's just an honest, clear snapshot of where you are. And seeing a topic turn from red to yellow to green, that becomes a really powerful and motivating sign that your hard work is paying off. Here's a question for you. What if you could never, ever run out of practice questions? Think about it. A workbook only has so many. With this, the AI can create brand new practice questions for you whenever you want, perfectly matched to your skill level. You can just keep practicing until a concept really clicks. And listen, it's not just about memorizing facts and formulas.
They knew learning is about more than that. The AI tutor also helps you with test-taking strategies. And there are community forums so you can connect with other people on the same journey. It's about creating a whole support system.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, the research, the careful design, all these student-first features, you start to see what this is really all about. It's about way more than just a cool piece of technology. It all comes back to the human side of things.
And maybe the most important part of this whole story, the thing that really defines their mission, is this. The entire platform is and will always be 100% free. The AI Bridge Foundation is a nonprofit, and their goal is to make sure money never, ever gets in the way of someone's education.
And they do that because they get it. They really, truly get that for so many people, the GED isn't just a test you pass. It's a second chance, a chance to open new doors, build a better life, and just feel that sense of confidence again. So it all comes down to this one really powerful idea. What happens when you don't just open a door for someone, but you also give them a clear, well-lit, and supportive path to walk right through it? That's what this is all about.